Hey everyone, I'm back. It's been a couple months since I've posted. So I basically, for this video, I just want to talk about Coumadin and living on Coumadin. You know how in the other videos I was so scared and nervous and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to take Coumadin. I don't want to do this. This is, I was very anti-Coumadin and blood thinners. Well, I've been past surgery now for almost 7 months and I've been living on Coumadin, warfin, for that amount of time. So I want to go over some things. Some things I suspected have happened. Some things I haven't suspected have happened. But I just want to give you a quick rundown of life on warfin and blood thinners. Okay, so I was right. You do bruise easily. But it's about the same as if you would have bruised yourself any other time. Your black and blue stay for about a week and a half, but it's fine. It's the same thing as when you bruise yourself. I don't feel like I bruise more easily than I used to, so that's the same. Bleeding. I did cut my thumb once and it bled for over an hour and a half. I put pressure on it, pressure. Still, it bled for such a long period of time. So I ended up having to wrap it and then just go to sleep. And then I ended up buying there's this like powder that stops bleeding fast if you're on like blood thinners. It's good to have that around if you're on a blood thinner, because if you cut yourself, it's hard for it to stop bleeding. So that's something you have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so you have to get your blood checked every 4 weeks. Because they always have to check your INR levels. So every 4 weeks you have to go and get your blood checked. This is the most annoying part, is that it fluctuates. So if you go get your blood checked and your INR is high, they'll readjust your warfin. And then they say stay on that for 4 weeks. And then you get your blood checked again the next month. And then if it's fine, you stay leveled out. If it drops, they have to increase your dosage. So the fluctuation of medicine is kind of annoying. That I don't like. And now, every time I went to a doctor, my cardiologist, my primary care, and my gynecologist, I asked them all about females of menstruating age who take Coumadin. Every single one of them, because I'm from a small town and it used to be primarily an elderly retirement town, they're all like, well, I haven't come across many females of menstruating age who take Coumadin. Well, here's one. So if you are a female of menstruating age, watch this little part. If you're not and you're a guy and you want to mute it because it's kind of gross and you don't want to hear about that, I will speak about it and then I'll go like this when I'm finished so you can unmute. Okay, so I'm about to start it, so mute now. Okay, so my menstrual cycle is exactly the same amount of time. I'm just as regular, but it is a lot heavier. It's not as scary as I thought, and I didn't know what to think because there was nobody who could tell me, so I was dreading it. I still get the same amount of cramps. Crampage doesn't get relieved. If you get cramps normally, you're still gonna get them, because I still get them really bad the first 2 days. And I was very scared because I read everywhere that you shouldn't take NSAIDs, you shouldn't take ibuprofens and Aleve and all that. So I called my cardiologist up, after struggling for a day and a half with bad cramps. And he said that it's okay to take as needed. So that's great, because I need to take 3 ibuprofen to relieve myself from the cramps. So at least I know that every month I could take the 3 ibuprofen and I'll be better. But the flow is not thicker, but it's like heavier. So I'm bleeding a lot more the first 2-3 days. I have to wear overnight pads in the daytime and then thick overnight pads at night. So it's the heavy flow. The flow is a lot more. It's like it's like a river. So you will experience that. And so you have to, like, sometimes you have to double pad, but I bought the thick pads, so I don't have that problem. So you will find out that you will bleed a lot more. But mine kind of stops around the same time. So it used to be like 4 days. Now it's like 5, sometimes 6, but no longer than that. It doesn't last abnormally long or anything like that. And then it does die down after a while. So don't be scared. Don't be nervous, because it's basically the same as it normally is, except those first few days, it bleeds a lot more. but it's nothing to be like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, it's insane. You could deal with it. It's annoying. It's annoying as all heck, but you can deal with it. So don't be nervous about that. Okay. Hello, welcome back. If you muted me, I'm done talking about all that stuff. So the only other thing that I want to talk about, I think I covered everything. The only other thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that you have to be more aware on Coumadin of what you're eating, of the medicines that you're taking, of all of that. You have to be more aware of what you ingest. Because there's a lot of things that counteract with blood thinners, and you can't have this because it will interfere with the blood thinners, and you can't have that because of this and that, and it's frustrating. That's the only thing that's frustrating. Like, I got nervous because, you know, I read everywhere that you shouldn't take NSAIDs if you're on blood thinners. I think they mean for an extended period of time, because I called my cardiologist and he's like, nope, you can take them as needed. So that was great because I don't take them often, but sometimes I need to take them when you get serious cramps or whatever. So there's some things, and you have to watch your vitamin K. If you eat, like, let's say you eat spinach every day, then just keep eating spinach every day. But don't eat spinach for 3 days and then not eat it. And then, you know, for those 3 days, go get your INR checked, because then your levels will be out of whack. So it's frustrating because you just have to monitor what you eat and be consistent with it. And I'm not really consistent with it. So I've kind of just been narrowing down the vitamin K and like not eating too much of it, because I just don't know. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, what if I have a giant salad and like broccoli and whatever, and then I don't know. It's just frustrating. And the only other thing that is, I don't really care because I wasn't a big drinker, but you really can't have alcohol, because alcohol interferes with blood thinners big time, and it will thin your blood even more than the blood thinners are doing. So it does interfere with it. So I just lay off the alcohol altogether. I don't care. I'm not missing too much. So if I want one, I'll just have a virgin one and it'll be great. And I'll feel like, yay, I'm drinking something. And cranberry juice you really shouldn't have either. And I used to love Malibu Bay Breezes that have the cranberry juice. So like, oh, can't have that now. So yeah, that's it. That's life on Coumadin, and it's not really as scary as I thought it was. It's not as nerve-wracking as I thought it was, and it is perfectly fine. So if you are worried that you're going to have to take Coumadin and you don't know how your life will change and you're freaking out like I did before I started taking it, don't worry about it. It's really not that bad. It's not the end of the world like I thought it was, and you learn to adjust to it. So I just wanted to update and let you guys know what that's like. And if you're new and you're watching this Coumadin video or this blood thinner video, you'll get a feel for what changes and what doesn't change in your life. And those are about it. So thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, I tried to go through this fast, but it's still 8 minutes long. I didn't want it to be this long, but just comment below and you can ask whatever you want. All right. Thank you. Bye.